If you shrink a T-Rex by 0.67 times, it ends up the same height as an elephant. If you shrink a T-Rex by 6 times, it ends up the same height as a 1.5-year-old iShow speed. If you shrink a T-Rex 7 times, it ends up the same height as Lionel Messi. If you shrink a T-Rex by 67 times, it ends up the same height as a baby chick. But if you shrink a T-Rex 670 times, it becomes as tiny as my subscribers. So please subscribe. If you shrink an elephant by half, it ends up the same height as iShow speed. If you shrink an elephant by 4 times, it ends up the same height as a German Shepherd. If you shrink an elephant by 10 times, it ends up the same height as an adult British short-haired cat. If you shrink an elephant by 6-7 times, it ends up the same height as a golf ball. If you shrink an elephant by 1,000 times, it'd be as tiny as my subscriber count. So hit the subscribe button. If you doubled the strength of a chimpanzee, it could easily lift a Toyota Corolla weighing about 2,600 pounds. If its strength were multiplied by 5, it could lift a full-grown white rhino. Nearly 6,000 pounds of pure muscle and armor. And even if that same chimp's strength were cut to a quarter, it could still lift iShow speed while he's holding Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup trophy. Silly! If you stack 2 cats, they're as tall as a fire hydrant. If you stack 5 cats, they're as tall as an American classic mailbox. Stack 10 cats, and they'd be as tall as an elephant. Stack 20 cats, and you'd get the height of a T-Rex. Stack 50 cats, and you'd get the height of a Brachiosaurus. Stack 100 cats, and you'd get the height of Christ the Redeemer. Stack 300 cats, and you'll reach the subscribe button.